it is nice chilling, but it's also true.
Yeah.
So each time you advance your NPCs, Glory, Iger, Dietrich, and Blitz, you have a choice between two different abilities to sort of rank them up. And they get all of the same abilities that they did in Dragonfall Vanilla as well, but this gives you a chance to, sort of differentiate them and spec them as you like.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's, I think that for me, going razors with Glory, because you can sort of spec her for hand razors or for pistol combat. Going razors for Glory, she has an ability that is a razor slash followed up by a kick that looks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty sweet, and when she kills someone with it, they explode in a shower of blood, and often their legs fall off. So that's pretty cool. And I think that Mike is going to link an animated GIF of that attack.
Of course he is.
And someone having a terrible experience with her forearm.
And by the way, that's written razors, but it's actually pronounced by Andrew Razors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I pronounce it Razors. And
That's
what it is.
Champagne.
Glory Razors is the name of Mitch's new band.
That's right, Glory Razors. We rock.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
And, with Iger, you can take her either shotguns or sniper rifles with her advancement.
Yeah.
And if you go the shotgun route, you can choose at each step of the way. So you can do a mix and match if you want. But one of her shotgun abilities is a Dragon's Breath round, which sets people on fire. And that's good times.
Fire!
I like playing a street samurai with pistols specialization. There's some cool new abilities. It all kind of blurs together, so I'm not 100% sure if we added them for the original Dragonfall or for the director's cut. But especially when you get to the higher levels, there's some nice abilities that give you a lot of versatility on the battlefield.
There's nothing to do with those things.
Let's see. Glory. Let's see. Glory Razors. Yes, it does sound pain. Yeah, Fallen. That's yes. It does sound like what you just said.
It is painful. It's something.
Yes.
Yes. Flesh. They're razors.
Oh man, we need Harrison Ford in the game. I'm sure they would be happy to deal with even more licensing nightmares by bringing in Harrison Ford on top of it. I'm sure they would be all about that.
Welcome Harrison Ford
to the mix. Let's see. Optic. This is a good question, actually. Optic Nerve Productions, who's also a streamer, asks, would you ever consider adding an option to print out your character sheet for nostalgia, tabletop, etc.? That's a good question.
No.
All right.
No,
can't happen ever.
Consider that.
I'm sorry. You had considered it, but no.
Meant to say. No.
No, I would not. I would not do that. I think it's really cool. Here's the thing. The number of cool ideas that come up here every single day, it makes my head spin. The number of things that we can and should code that would really benefit our audience is less than that. And I choose to benefit the widest audience possible.
I think that's a good answer.
But
Oh, I see that armor is coming into play with this thing. Yep. Okay. That and the fact that I've horrifically botched everything about this, but other than that,
you shouldn't judge yourself so harshly.
Well, it's one of those things that I try to. People are always like, well, you could do this, 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 and this. I'm like, I'm trying to do this while also trying to run and formulate legitimate questions for these wonderful people who are spending time with us on stream. So
yeah, game development, pal.
You did fail to say it, Monica, but other than that, you're doing all right.
Yeah. And an alternate beginning.
Yeah, remember how we talked about branching content earlier?
Is there a way to save her? There's not a way to save her, is there?
No! Don't listen to the man on the end.
I was about to be horrified.
No, that would...
Oh, man, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some of the portraits, Rob Joe asked, some of the portraits in the game are of the devs. Did I miss Mike and Andrew?
That's a leading question, Joe.
I don't miss them at all.
I don't think we're in the game.
I can say with authority that I am not presently in the game.
Not presently.
I mean, perhaps some future game I will make an appearance.
No, I can guarantee it. if we make more, and I very much want to, Andrew's totally in. And
Absolutely.
Are you a dwarf?
I am. I mean, what aren't I, Mitch?
Well, you're not as a halfling because those don't exist in Shadowrun.
It's true. It's true.
That would be me.
You know, maybe I'll take a look in the Shadowrun Companion and find some bizarre subspecies to make myself.
I love the empowerment you think you have. That's awesome.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm in the game twice, and if you can find me and post it to harebrainedschemes.com, you may win something.
Ooh, did you guys get that? So if you can find Mitch 2 times, well, either time, just
Robin, are you listening? Yes, we're totally giving out prizes. You can
All
find
right.
the game twice.
okay.
Gotta find both.
So he's got to find it. So if you can find him twice, exclusively announced here, if you can find him twice, then he will give you 50% stake in the company. I heard it right here at the same time. No, I made that last part up. But everything else is true.
Here. If you write info at hbs-studios.com, and you can tell me where I am in the game twice.
And Joe, you were a dev. You're not eligible. Sorry.
Yeah, Joe totally doesn't know. So there.
That's awesome. And I see Jerko Troll has made his appearance.
Thank you, Jerko.
This guy. Let me tell you, this guy. This was the one. I don't want to spoil it, but the tremendous last fight scene in this, which takes place around a rather prominently large thing, I won't say what it is such a great atmospheric. It's such a cool idea. It really was. It was kind of cool. And I remember taking down this guy, this troll at some point was astonishingly satisfying at that point because I was so sick of his crap. I was really done with this guy. So you do a good job of building him up into an obnoxious supervillain. Even though he's not the super... Well, I won't spoil it, but again, he's...
No. That is the key. If you've seen Loki, you want Loki dead, am I right?
Yeah.
Loki
not my daughters, I'll tell you what.
Loki is a thousand times more charming than this dude. This dude, he just doesn't have any redeeming features.
Loki's more like Blitz.
Yeah. I've chosen that if we cast Bliss, we should cast Loki at Bliss.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that'll get me in great with the kids.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Question, is there a way to let Iger die instead of Monica at the beginning of the game? Someone said Iger was their favorite. Monica was mine. Shane says, yes, you can save here. The game path is a tense battle of wills over who will run the team. In order to win, you must sway Iger to your side. I think this is not accurate. And you win a printout of your character sheet. Yeah.
Once again, I refer you to my earlier comment about branching content and how it can dramatically magnify the amount of work that you have to do in writing a thing.
Yeah, what Andrew's trying to say is no.
This doesn't happen. Let's see. UGE asks, question, and we'll go for a couple more minutes, guys. I don't want to keep... You've already been very kind and generous with your time, so we'll go a couple more minutes that'll lead us to about 2 hours, and then I don't want to keep you guys longer. But I don't want you to miss your rides, basically. So, but UGE asks, question, since merchandise like Dragonfall, hoodies, posters, and character miniatures haven't materialized, have you considered releasing print resolution artwork for fans to print their own posters and screen print clothes, and perhaps 3D printable model formats so we can print up our favorite characters as minis for pen and paper Shadowrun? That is quite a question.
Yeah, absolutely, we thought of that. Mike, you want to take that one?
You know, if you want some print resolution artwork, email info at, I might have something.
Ah, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Messiah asks...
sorry for all the stuff going into info at.
Yes, I was going to say, you're going to get just a flood of emails. Let's see. Messiah asks, Magic feels buffed in the DC. Did you feel it was unbalanced in the base game? Does it also still require points and quickness to get Overwatch with spells?
Oh. Hardcore question.
I'm not sure about points and quickness for Overwatch with spells. That's more of a designer question. I think that some Magic, again, I didn't design these spells as they were currently implemented in the game. I believe that some Magic doesn't interact with physical armor in the same way that
without a doubt,
the ranged attacks does. But you know, very much by design, any sort of mana spells can bypass armor. As a result, it is going to feel a lot more effective because armor is going to block your bullets, but it won't block the spell.
Just like the Shadowrun tabletop game.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. UG, you've made him very happy. UG says, "Woo." Oh, this was in response to the artwork. Woo, happy, 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 happy. And Rebecca and Rebecca just put, I think QQ. I'm guessing that's either she's happy or she's horrified at how many things are coming in soon to you guys to deal with.
Yeah, it's a vacation now.
That's true. Do you guys, is there, like, what, now that you guys released those 2 games, are you guys going to give yourself, like, I remember interviewing the Stoic Studio guys who did the Banner Saga about a week and a half or 2 weeks after they had released the game, and they said that I had caught them at the perfect time where they were sort of relaxing and chilling, and I interviewed another guy who did Valiant Hearts: The Great War from Ubisoft Montpellier, who was right before that, and literally mine was the last interview he was doing before he was going on a week or 2 week long vacation. So knowing something about the way that devs get into something like this, where they're up 14 hours a day plus, etc., are you guys, have you already, will you take a break now? You know, will there be rest for you, or?
Vacations are for the week.
That said,
That said,
Mitch and Jordan are giving us the week of Thanksgiving off, so apparently we're all weak. That's
I forgot
here.
that.
It's the takeaway.
You're a week in a couple of months.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you'll be weak then. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So weaknesses for November is
yes.
the,
Well
answer.
done. Yeah. Weakness and pumpkin pie.
Oh my gosh, that chain gun of his is terrifying. All right, well let's heal you, and now let's move and try to take out this guy, thereby totally exposing me. That's a terrible idea.
You might want to think right about now.
Yeah, I will tell you that exposing yourself to the orc with the minigun is a less good idea than it used to.
Yes, I imagine. I have blocked myself now behind it for that reason. Dietrich is horrifically injured and can't heal himself because, of course, he can't.
Dietrich has a heal spell, doesn't he?
Yeah, but the problem is it was used. It's coming back in a turn. So I will run now behind this and pray that I don't die. So.
Yeah, Glenn's a combat medic, if that helps. I'm not trying to tell you how to play the game.
No,
That's exactly what he's doing.
I wouldn't listen to Mitch.
I'm very subtle on this stuff. So he's totally been strong play. But good luck. Play your game, pal.
After tonight, Mitch will never reply to me again, UGE says. Let's see. Oh, actually, Rebecca says, asking for high-res stuff is one of the easier things we can handle. So that we need to ask a couple of questions about things that they can't handle, that they can't address. Let's see. Unseen Sanity. Other than improved game refinement, why do you feel Dragonfall is so much more widely received than the first? I'm going to tweak that slightly because I don't actually think it was more widely received, but maybe the fact that it seemed to... I think they've already basically answered why this is, but why is it that it sort of put all the pieces together so well? As I say, I like Dead Man's Switch, but I do think Dragonfall, for me, was a little better. So I guess you've already answered that, but maybe you can...
Dragonfall's dealing with a mature tool set and a mature team that's already gone through this before and understands how to really get the best out of the systems we've created.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And, you know, it's an iterative process.
Absolutely.
We learned from Shadowrun Returns, and we were able to apply those lessons to Dragonfall, and we learned again from the lessons on the original version of Dragonfall, and we were able to apply those lessons to the Director's Cut.
Yeah.
Which is very fulfilling, by the way.
Very fulfilling. Ask Buddha, he'll tell you more about that. But in general, did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an iterative thing, and we're growing as game developers too.
Okay. Took him down. Dietrich is going. Thank God. Please heal yourself, Dietrich.
I had dark, and very thick hair when we started the Kickstarter for Shadowrun Returns.
Yeah.
It's just sort of, that's true. Speaking of that, are you guys planning to use Kickstarter as a model that will fund other sorts of projects? Are you going to keep with that as a model for sort of the initial kind of getting things started, or as a pre-sale mechanism, or are you planning to try to move away from Kickstarter when, if you can?
I'll throw that to our studio manager. That's me.
I'm wondering who that was.
Yeah, well, so was I. We love Kickstarter. We love Kickstarter backers. We love making games in public. It's hard, but making games in a fishbowl is a lot cooler than making games for publishers. Is that our model? No, it's not our model. It never was our model. Are we averse to Kickstarter? Absolutely not. Will we go to Kickstarter in the future? Maybe, but it's not a model for us at all.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yes. So it's something that you'll use, but you're not necessarily reliant on it.
Absolutely.
Also,
Yeah.
I have lost control of my spirit, so things are not looking good for the home team.
I would run.
Hey,
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of. That's where I'm at now. One of my guys is already dead, and
if you've lost control of your spirit, that means your spirit is a wild card. It's going to attack the enemies as well as you. So just get away from it. Use it as a bullet sponge.
he's doing a bang-up job of that.
That's a new game I want to make.
Yeah.
Bullet Sponge.
Oh my goodness.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Dragonfall is more. Fenrir says, question, I love the gore, will there be more? And then an evil Dan face. I don't know that they could put, like, could you patch in even more gore? Isn't this enough for you guys? Like, I mean...
Could we?
Well,
yes, we could do a great many things.
When you crit an enemy to death, they pretty much explode in blood and unidentifiable...
But is it slow-mo where you see it happening? No, I'm just kidding.
I will say that early in the development of this game, the really extreme gore and dismemberment effects that you see in some kills were applied indiscriminately. So there was a moment where Monica jacks into the Matrix, and when she dies, her legs fall off. So,
oh my god.
Yes.
It's like,
So that's the iterative process we were talking about.
What we're talking about is the enhanced gore effects are not appropriately applied to all situations. Glory tearing someone's arm off, absolutely. Dante biting someone and both of his legs falling off, not so much.
I don't know, I dig that idea. I designed a PlayStation 1 game where you could pull out somebody's still beating heart and shoot it in front of their eyes.
All right, well, that would be good.
Shadowrun.
Our escape route is clear. That's great.
There you go.
Now I just actually need to somehow
By the way,
get there.
considering your distraction, you're doing very, very well.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I'm trying. All right, get the hell out. Oh my god, he's not going to die, this guy. Wow.
I will say after the past couple of days of playing on hard mode, it's quite a challenge. All of our new systems that work so well on normal, on hard, I've played XCOM, I've played tactical war games a ton in the past. The new AI and the new cover system and everything adds up into a really cool tactical experience.
Yeah, this is actually, and I'm actually playing on, oh my god. I'm actually playing on normal, which is fortunate because otherwise I would have been smoked, pretty much, so.
Run, Arf, run.
Yeah, oh god, you're not kidding.
Name a new PC for us.
I can't remember what the hell. Alright, can I get to, alright, run like mad. Oh, there's the elevator.
That helps.
Elevator.
There is a toggle option for the
Get to the chopper. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Alright,
and I mean, to make things clear, what I was saying earlier about the gore and appropriately applying it was not to suggest that I don't like gore. I'm the biggest horror movie fan in the world. I love gore. It's just making sure that, hitting someone with a bat doesn't make all four of his limbs fall off, because then you get into Monty Python territory.
Mm-hmm. That's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. But
for Shadowrun it is.
What I'm saying is that we want there to be an appropriate level of suspension of disbelief. We don't want it to become accidentally comical.
Not at all. That would suck.
Right, yeah, I can, exactly.
Very badly.
Alright, there's one last guy. Don't stay on target. Don't hit me, robot drone, at point blank range.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they all made it. That is not even possible that just happened. Wow.
You're not out yet.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yes.
That's right. Don't try this at home. Completely botch everything about a combat and then stumble madly like a Three Stooges routine towards the door.
I don't mean to contradict you, but I'd appreciate it if everybody would try this at home.
Yes, that's true. I beg your pardon. You should try this at home. Yes, that's absolutely true. Okay, let's see. What if it was Enchanted Bat? All right, so let me just ask one or two more questions to these guys, and then I'll let them go. I'm not going to kick them off, but they've also been on with me for a couple hours. And
Yep.
So let me just ask, I guess, two more here. And the first is, I think I may have asked you this before, but if not, I'm going to ask it again. Are you guys doing now what you always wanted to do? I mean, take a step back and kind of, you know, big picture it for me. Is this basically where, you know, now you've sort of found yourself more or less at the place? I'm not saying I'm not going to lock you in for the rest of your life path to doing only this if you want to do something else later, but is this more or less where you wanted to be, and are you happy about the fact that the path that you took to get here? Let's put it that way.
Well, for me,
I saved that for the end of the night.
For me, 100% yes. I initially was an English major. I wanted to write games for a living. I came to realize when I was 19, 20 years old, that the jobs didn't really exist. It was extremely unlikely that I'd wind up getting to do this for a living. So I transitioned to being an artist. I worked as an artist, primarily doing UI and a bit of illustration for about 8.5 years. And finally, this job became available, and I wound up getting it. And this is what I've always wanted to do. So this is absolutely, I'm incredibly thrilled with being here and doing this and getting to write these games. And I'm thrilled with hearing responses and all that great stuff. It really is a childhood dream come true. As ridiculous as that might sound.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, but I mean, as far as the path that I took to get here, no, I'm not sorry that I took it, because that gave me a lot of time to learn how the industry works. It gave me a lot of experience working with a team. It gave me a lot of exposure to all different aspects of game production. So, you know, while I'm getting to this nearly a decade later than I wanted to initially, I don't think it was the wrong path. I think that the path that I took to get here put me exactly where I needed to be.
Very cool. Mike, what about you?
My answer is yes. I feel very fortunate for the career sort of twists and turns that have led me here. And obviously at Harebrained, it's just a fantastic team to work with. And yeah, we're being able to make Shadowrun and make an isometric RPG. I was a huge fan of all the BioWare and Black Isle games back in the day, so that's been awesome.
Yep. Mitch, what about you?
I don't know. No, when I was playtesting the Harlequin Adventure, I never thought no, seriously, I was one of the first playtesters of Harlequin. Yeah, I never thought I'd be making a Shadowrun game. You know, all I was doing was criticizing the system, and the system blows. But after all the twists and turns that my career has taken, there is nothing in the world and nowhere in the world I would rather be doing or rather be at. I think I got that parallelism right. Then right here, right now, the idea that you could gather a group like the one we have to make Shadowrun Returns and Shadowrun Dragonfall and Shadowrun Director's Cut while making Golem Arcana. No, there's nothing better in the entire world than that. And having worked at major unnamed corporations with all sorts of politics and machinations and stuff, people that just make decisions and make them stick, there's nothing better in the whole world. I wish for everybody that wants to make content, wants to make games, that they get to do what I do, which is to say yes to creative people like the two people I'm working with and just support them. There's nothing better in the whole wide world, except for my wife and kids who are watching right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good stuff. And I've heard much the same thing from people who produce games of this kind. You know, the sort of labor of love thing is, I think, often overstated. But I think there's a few things that it definitely applies to, and there's a real soul to this game. So I think you guys have really captured that as well.
I appreciate that. You know, the thing is, you trade money for something else. I've traded it. I would go back. I wouldn't change that decision for, I'd say, $1 million.
Yeah, that's a good. Well, you know, listen, money is ultimately a proxy for the things that we want to do anyway, right? So rather than lionize the thing itself, a line I is the thing that gets you the thing. I think it's nice to just be doing the thing in the first place like this. So I'm glad you guys are out there.
Listen, man, you don't live in the future and what that money can buy you. You live in the present right now.
Yeah.
And collaboration is absolutely the king, bar none. There's nothing better than creative collaboration with people you respect.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that's awesome. And I will ask my friend Satobo's here a question before I let you guys go, because Satobo, I think you guys may have heard before that I have a graphic novel coming out in a couple of months called Icarus.
Awesome.
And there's a game which is being done in parallel development, and Satobo, who's one of my moderators who just asked this question, is the guy who's heading it up. So he's curious about, do you use any software specifically made for game design in terms of design documents and things of that kind?
We use Google Docs for all of our collaborative documentation. So just Google Docs and spreadsheets for all that.
We love it because it's free. I mean, I love it because it's free.
We use Jira for task tracking. We use Git for source control. Unity is the platform our game's built on, and we've got an editor that, of course, you guys know about, that's built on top of it.
That we made ourselves from scratch.
So those are the main tools we use on a day-to-day basis.
By the way, go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
Yeah, all of you UGC designers, you will find all sorts of exciting new additions to the editor with the director's cut.
Ooh, nice.
Which have made my life a lot easier, and they will make your life easier too. Spell check!
To answer that very last question too, Blitz isn't in the DC art. Mostly rule of 3, compositionally, 3 seemed like the right number. Blitz is actually my favorite character in the group. I love him. But yeah. That's that. He's too cool for art, really. Yeah, really.
And I've heard a lot of people say a lot of great things about Unity as an engine to work with, and it sounds like you guys are on board with that. That it's been a really useful, sort of broad-based one for you guys.
Yeah, we have zero complaints about Unity.
Yeah.
Unity has been very nice to us as well.
Is this editor, by the way, last question I promise, is this editor solvable with any other game besides Shadowrun? Could you imagine applying it to some other isometric, RPG style game in the future, since you built it from the ground up, or is it going to always stay exclusive to Shadowrun?
Well, the funny thing is that the editor for Shadowrun is actually sort of based on the editor that we created for Crimson Steam Pirates, which is an iPad. I think we made that for Android too. Not for Android. We didn't? We did not. But it was based on the design concepts. Can we see applying it to other things? Yeah.
Maybe. Interesting. That's interesting. Well, I'm going to let these guys go off to their respective rides home and the like. But I am really, really grateful, first of all, to all 3 of them. Mitch, first of all, it was nice seeing you again at Gen Con. I really do appreciate you setting this up again. And my thanks also to Lori, who also helped coordinate this from you guys. I wanted to thank Mitch Gittleman, of course Mike McCain, and Andrew McIntosh. You guys are really great. The passion, the love for the game really shows through. And as an author, I love to see great, narrative-based games being produced. So, chat, can we get some love for them, for these guys, for having done all this stuff? And thank you guys so much for this, and we appreciate it. And hopefully, when something new comes down the pike, we'll be able to get you guys on again.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, thank you guys very much.
Great to talk to you. A pleasure to talk to somebody who appreciates our work.
If you enjoy the game, tell all your friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends. Share like the winning bullseye.
Tell everyone in the world that you know. There comes all the love from chat. Thanks a lot, you guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. All right. Cool stuff. That is good stuff, guys. Thank you also to all the people who were all the people who were in chat from HBS as well. So thank you so much to HBS Czech and HBS Rebecca, and who else am I missing? HBS other people. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. And this was great. This is great. I had a feeling it would be. This is the kind of thing that we obviously love to do around here. So, all right. So I am going to play for a little bit longer. It should make a game base of this cool My pleasure, Haggis. Yeah, thanks, guys. And also, of course, I'll throw a little plug in for myself. If you guys liked what you saw and heard here, there's a lot more where this came from. There's a previous interview, first of all, if you check my highlights here on Twitch. There's a previous interview with these guys from Shadowrun. I'll be exporting this to YouTube, but I'll also try to highlight just the interview portion of it as well. And so I will try to do that also. Also to Robin. Yeah, that's right. Robin as well. Yes, I will actually go back to Ultima Underworld, although I don't know that I'm going to do that tonight. I may be doing that tomorrow. We'll see. But I am not 100% sure. I may just play this for maybe like another, I don't know, half hour-ish or so, and then I may sign off a little early. I'm not feeling super well. I didn't want to miss this, but I'm not feeling super well, and I think probably discretion should be the better part of valor. Insofar as tomorrow, if all goes well, we're going to be playing some D&D. But I'm going to play here for a little while longer. But I do want to take a little bit of a break, so I'm going to take about a 5-minute break here. Then I will come back. We'll play for another roughly half hour or so, just to give you guys a little more of a feel of the director's cut. And then we will do a giveaway at the end of the stream tonight. We will do a giveaway. I'll send you guys off on a raid, and then tomorrow, remember, Dungeons and Dragons time. Oh, and one other thing that I did not mention, by the way, that I wanted to mention that is important, just because I just found out about this. There is now an official release date for Legend of Grimrock 2. You guys may remember that Legend of Grimrock was the first game I ever started to stream. It took me back to the old days of Lands of Lore, Dungeon Keeper, Eye of the Beholder type stuff, and I thought Grimrock was an amazing game. Legend of Grimrock 2, which is done by a 4-person studio called Almost Human, is going to be released in mid-October, and I'm going to try to get a hold of those guys to have them on the stream as well. It is another one of those games that I think feels like a labor of love, and I'd like to be able to talk to them. So it is October 15th is actually the deal with that. So I am looking forward to that, and I'm going to try to get them on if I possibly can. Grimrock 2. Yeah, that's right. Wasteland 2. But see, Wasteland 2, I know a lot of people are big on Wasteland. It's just not my particular setting that I like. I don't like post-apocalyptic stuff for the most part. As I said, Shadowrun is kind of an exception. But for the most part, I don't like that kind of stuff. So for Wasteland, I'm like, like, I might play it, but it's just not my thing. Which is not saying it's bad, by the way. It's just saying it's not necessarily, not necessarily my thing. But definitely, obviously, I have not seen the Torment gameplay trailer, but actually Topkin just linked me that, just sent it to me recently, I think a few hours ago, Thorg, so I will check that at some point as well. So yes. All right. So I'm going to take about 5 minutes. Then we're going to come back, play for another 25 minutes or so. Then I'm going to do the giveaway. I'll send you guys off on your raid. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, if all goes well, tomorrow, starting at around, I will probably be coming on to stream, again, if all goes well. I should be coming on to stream tomorrow around 6-ish or so Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then around probably 8:30 to 9, we will be continuing Chapter 2 of Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. Last week we couldn't do it because of internet problems, but hopefully those have all, not mine, but on other people, so hopefully those have been solved. So D&D is coming tomorrow, but for tonight, a little more Shadowrun Returns after about a 5-minute break, okay? So give me about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back with you guys. Do I really, Adam? Do I really? You know, I'm streaming for 2 hours and almost 2.5 hours straight, you know. Alright, so we're going to play a little bit more of this. Hello, Zigax of Gibberish. What's up? We're going to play a little bit more of this, and actually probably adjust this now, although it's over 9,000 minutes. Over 9,000. Okay, let's see. Moment of silence for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are they still losing by a ton, really? Oh, man. Well, it happens, you know. Okay, so we're going to play a little more of this. Like I said, another 20 minutes or so. And then, when that is done, we will do our little giveaway. And we will do it like that. As soon as I can find the window that I want to close. Let's close out Skype. Yeah, so I hope people enjoyed that. I hope people had a good time with that. It was fun. So, no, we have not finished Ultima Underworld, no. And I'll be going back to it on my solo streams, but I don't want to jump into Ultima Underworld for, like, 15 minutes. So I might as well just play a little more of this, and then do that. I don't know, I mean, given the other games that are coming out, especially with Legend of Grimrock 2 due out next month, with Shadow of Mordor coming out in a couple of weeks, and, you know, numerous other games here and there, I'm probably not, my priority is not going to play, even though this is the director's cut, to play Dragonfall again, you know, at least not for a while, because I have other games that are out there. But if you have not played it, let me just give this my highest recommendation. Oh, very cool. Hey, Mist. What's going on? Wait. What is this? What is this? I missed this. I just got the signed book you sent. Daniel loves you. So confused on a real name. I teased him. Why is he sending you mail? He finally opens the book and sees the signature. He's a little confused. He pulled up your stream. Oh, very good. Well, welcome, sir. Yes. What's up, Vistaria? And hi, Daniel. Yes. I'm glad you got it, Misty. I'm glad that you got it and that it looks good and that it got there in good order. So, good. Enjoy it. If you guys do enjoy it, if you do like it, a positive review on Amazon is, although, of course, never required. It's always welcome. Spreading the word is always welcome. So, yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me see, what was I going to say? So, yeah, because there's so many other games out, this is not going to be my focus, but let me give this my recommendation. I love Dragonfall. I thought Dragonfall was amazing, and I think if you haven't played it yet, this director's cut is just going to up the ante. I like the addition of the armor. I like the fact that you can now tell what's affecting your shot in combat. You know, if you try to shoot something somewhere and it's giving you a lower percentage and it says, you know, heavy cover is restricting it or this is restricting it or whatever. I love the extra detail and the extra information that you're getting. And I think that's cool. Obviously, having the extra quest options, you know, you have like 4 or 5 more story quests, more character quests to develop, is really neat. 10 more songs, more character portraits. It's great. So if you have not gotten in, now is the time to get in. This is a great game. If you like RPGs or any of that, and you could tell from the stuff we were talking about with them, these are guys who love what they do. And, you know, it's always enjoyable to have those guys as a result. So, you got to read first. He's not going to let you read before he's done with it. Thanks. Oh, it's my pleasure, Misty. My pleasure. Clearly the problem is he didn't sign it Arv. Yes. Well, yes. That's true. That's my stage name, man. That's my stage name. You know what? I'm really happy, by the way. Let me just make one comment about fantasy football. If what you guys are saying about the Falcons is true, that's awesome because Matt Ryan is my quarterback. So, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, boy, the NFL. I like football, but boy, the NFL is a mess. With all this stuff, with the personal stuff that's been going on, it's really crazy. So... She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burned. Hey, Technomancer, what's up? This is just the end. We're playing about 10-15 minutes to finish up with Shadowrun Returns Dragonfall, the director's cut. So I'm just playing around to see if I can find some new things in the game. I just finished with the interview. I'm just sort of wrapping up the stream. I'm going to finish up with about 10 minutes more of this, 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to do the giveaway and send you guys off on a raid, and then tomorrow we'll be back with some D&D if all goes well. Hey, well, listen, Wyval. It's not about the Falcons, man. This is about Matt Ryan and my fantasy football team. I'm a Steelers fan. You know that. Let's see. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd know that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Enough. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your fault. That is enough! Iger, you and Arvin Elrond can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't... Excuse me. Woo! We saw something back there. Something that caused me to sneeze. No. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know... Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Let's see... Monica lived long enough to say a name, Feuerschwinge. She fought hard to tell us. Must be important. The Fire Wing. This is, thank you, Dragon, unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. The Fire Wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. You are far too young to remember her, of course. But for Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwinge is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Feuerschwinge was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Fire Wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero, our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Feuerschwinge is a bit of historical trivia, nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Any ideas as to why? No. It doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feuerschwinge has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. I will look into this and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Thank you, Adam. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There is more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we've got. That's not much. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Let's see. Whoever set us up knew what we were walking into. We were set up. That's obvious. But why? I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. You didn't bring it to her? No. She set up the whole thing herself. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-State political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux State. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. It sounds like Green Winters is our best lead, then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to grab it. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There is a man here in the Kreutz Bazaar, a Turk, named Altug Burakatsi. He owns a new little Soykov shop just down the way called Café Sezv. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And you think he would know something about Green Winters? When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. I'll talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Karma! Oh yeah. So much with the karma. Definitely doing that. No, my pizza! Karma, police. Arrest this man. Anything else, Paul? I'll have another run. Did you get the information about Green Winters? No, not yet. Please continue working. We need to find that man. Okay. What's up with you, Dante? As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante. Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh, shit. Dante. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept... That's when I realized something bad had happened. Ah, I love Dante. A treat. Leans into you, looks mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Arvanelleron. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. Just now, I think we should all take a moment. For Monica. Dietrich. Turns his head at your approach. Oh, really, Hug? That's cool, man. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Arvanelleron, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got the fallen comrade to drink to. To Monica. Prost! The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you catch it, you catch an intoxicating... As you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. I don't think I have any idea what it is that I just drank. I'm not sure any of that things made sense. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Arvanelleron. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from the Rhine-Ruhr megaplex. Made it sound like you've been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. A run went bad and my team paid the price. Went bad, huh? Like the run we just came back from went bad? Worse. I was the only survivor. That's rough, friend. How'd it happen? I love that you can make this decision here as to what happened. We were double-crossed. The run went off without a hitch, but instead of paying us, our client decided to set up an ambush. Miserable bastard. Alright. If what you're telling me is true, how'd you walk out alive? Let's see. My team fought like hell and we took the ambushers down, but we all got shot up and I was the only one who survived. Sorry to hear. Sounds like it was a glorious fight, though. So after all this went down, you decided to bail out of the Ruhrplex and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? There is a bit more to it than that, but yeah. So you came on back to Berlin and to Monica. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. What do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. I don't know, I guess that I just want to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery, and if you could shed any light on them, I'd be appreciative. I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. I can respect that. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. We were very close. Figured as much. Not from anything you or Monica said, I just had a suspicion. Well, anyway, good on you both. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope that your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Yeah, Dietrich. All right. All right, guys. So I am going to save it there because I like ending on that little moment. And as I say, I do kind of have to get heading off here. I am going to do, of course, a giveaway and then a raid. No. I don't want to talk to Iger and hear about how she hates me. I know all about it. All about it. And quit. Hey, Burner, what's up, man? All right. Cool. There's definitely some cool little additions, especially with... okay. There's definitely some cool additions happening, especially with the combat system. So I think that's pretty cool. So, all right, cool, folks. So we are going to do a giveaway here before I send you guys off. Let me quit out of that. Okay. So let me see what we're actually going to do here. We have new items. What new items do we have in my inventory? I bet these are going to be cards. Yep. Trading cards. Yay, trading cards. Something I don't care about. Okay. Let's look at the gifts instead. Oh, really, Messiah? No kidding. Yeah, I don't think in my first playthrough, I think I just said we were friends. I don't think I made her into a relationship. I don't think. But I don't know for 100% sure. So, all right, folks. So, if you guys win the giveaway we're going to have today, you will get a choice to win one of 3 games. First of all, you will get a Dead Island Epidemic beta key. That is free of charge. Secondly, you're going to have some other choices. Let me get this one. Yes. All right. So you will have a choice to win one of the 3 following games. If you win tonight, you will be able to choose between one of the following. The first is Samurai Gun. So choice number 1 is Samurai Gun. Choice number 2 is the Whispered World Special Edition. That's the Whispered World Special Edition. Choice number 3 is... Hold on a second. Choice number 3 is Space Rangers HD, A War Apart. So the 3 choices here, and again, these are all contributed by viewers, are Samurai Gun, that's choice 1. Choice 2 is the Whispered World Special Edition. Choice 3 is Space Rangers HD, A World Apart. Those are your choices. This is what you're going to have. First of all, let's clear that. I think this makes sense. All right, if you guys are interested in one of those 3, no, Wyval, I just kind of mix it up, honestly. Sometimes I have games that I think are going to be good because of a particular game I was playing on stream. Other times it's because there is something which I think I have multiple copies of. Sometimes it's because I try to mix up independent games with more like AAA titles. So it just kind of depends. That's all. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, please enter that word Harebrained. If you are interested in winning one of the 3 games that I've mentioned, please hand that in. Also, please continue to spread the word about the stream because that would be helpful. And hello to everybody, by the way, who came in a little bit late. I hope you guys got a chance to see the interview. If not, I will definitely highlight the interview with Harebrained Schemes, and I will put that up on the cast. That took the vast majority of what we did tonight, but I will do that. Okay. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to set a couple things up here. Okay. Thank you, Atomaniac. All right, so go ahead and enter that whilst I look for who we're going to raid. Whispered World is kind of like a is an adventure game, and I don't know a lot about Space Rangers. That was actually given to me, I think, by Lord Sloth, actually, who said that it was sort of hard to describe what it was. But it looked kind of cool. It'd be great to have time to play all of these games, but sadly, that is not always an option. Anime is hot. Oh, thank you, Messiah. I appreciate that very much, Messiah. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys liked what you saw and heard, please make sure to follow. I do a lot of story and narrative-based games. I am currently playing through Ultima Underworld in my solo stream. I'm doing a co-op run of Divinity Original Sin with Series Runner, who's another streamer on here. And I am playing Dungeons & Dragons. I'm the DM. Dungeons & Dragons with the Infinity and Beyond crew, which is King Foom, Inaminatus, Series Runner, Optic Nerve Productions, Sod, and John Helfers, who is a editor, author, not a streamer. But he actually is the guy who does the Shadowrun Returns line of books. He's for Catalyst. He's the one who's actually doing the editing for it. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's the deal. When am I going to be giving away Hateful Boyfriend? Yeah, I don't know. I just saw Zeke, I think, was going to play that. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. But anyway, so yes, so I do the D&D stuff as well. So if you like any of that, any or all of that, we're trying to move towards a partnership. So please make sure to spread the word, and thank you for following if you're so interested. All right, so last call, folks. Last call. Last call, last call. If you were interested in winning one of those, thank you, Fallen. Yeah, good work tonight, guys, on the questions, as always. I mean, I'm not surprised. You guys always do great with these, but a lot of good questions, a lot of good good information that you were gathering, so good work. Good stuff, guys. Okay. Ah, Zikax of Gibberish. You have just won the giveaway, sir. Zikax of Gibberish. Congratulations, Zikax of Gibberish. So, Axe, what game do you want, first of all? And then secondly, if you are not friends of me on Steam already, you need to become friends with me on Steam. So, it's the exact same name as it is on Twitch. So if you just contact me via, if you just get onto Steam and send me a friend request, as soon as I get your friend request, I will add it, and then I will send you a copy of the game. Okay? And while you're at it, you can join the Steam group, by the way. The Steam group would help. I think it's, yeah, I don't know if it's ARV Steam or... There we go. That's what we're looking for. There's the Steam group. I knew it was there someplace. Oh, man. Oh, that's the Steam group. Oh, thank you, Wyval. Thank you. I just have the Steam group that's on there as well. Okay, let's see. Gibberish is fine. Just Gibberish is fine, yeah. So, so Axe, tell me what game you want. I know, I should. Well, I have, you know, Lawkeeper put together a really nice, like, thing. I just have to pop it up and not be lazy. Axe, so let me know what game you want, Axe, and then send me a Steam friend request. Okay, cool. Yes. And then we're going to do it. We will send off, we're going to do a raid. And that is the way we do the raid. You guys can practice in my stream if you like. We're going to be going to someone, and I will tell you exactly who it is in just a moment. Space Rangers. Cool. Space Rangers, that sounds fine. Just drop me, friend me in Steam, and then I will send you off Space Rangers. No problem. So, all right, I want to thank, as always, people for watching. I want to thank Fallen, of course, for moderation. Good work today. Good work to Satobo. Some good questions there, too, Sad, as well. Satobo and I are going to be, next week, actually, we're going to be in Pittsburgh and then Williamsport for 2 Comic-Cons. Pittsburgh Comic-Con and then the Wildcat Comic-Con. And we're going to be doing a presentation on Icarus, my graphic novel, and the game that's coming out that's associated with it. So we're going to be doing that. If you guys are in the Pittsburgh area or the Williamsport, Pennsylvania area, please stop by and say hi. Always thanks to Lawkeeper for getting the bot running in Cambridge as well. Always a pleasure to have Netowin in here. Good to see you, Net. What's up, man? Always good to see Thorg in here as well. Thank you, Thorg, as always, for the good moderation. Always a pleasure to have my regulars in. Adam Maniac, of course. Bill, Dragonspear. Regulars all good guys. Edgy Koala, who's new, just actually signed on recently, but good to have you back, Edgy. Epidemic, always a pleasure to have Epidemic on the stream. Been with me for a long time. Glob Monkey and Glog and Graydon, all regulars of mine, and of course Glob and Glog have contributed a whole lot in terms of gifts and stuff to the stream. Graydon is an awesome streamer, by the way, that you guys should be following if you're not already. Gus has been with us before, although I haven't seen you in a little while, Gus, so welcome back. Heaven's Cloud and Night Jim, both regulars, of course. Good to see you guys. Laporce, Porquitos, always a pleasure to have Porquitos in here. Another guy you should be following, plays some awesome games. Thanks, man. Love Shack, always a pleasure to have Love Shack in here. Has been with me for a long time. Mercurius, another one of my regulars as well. Messiah, welcome to the Yarvanauts, man. Welcome to being part of this new community. Of course, I know Misty from Tabletopping, which is an awesome stream. So, and Misty also was kind enough to order a copy of my book. So I hope you enjoy it, Misty. And thank you, Mystaria, for being part of this. Multi-Boxing, thank you so much, Multi, for being a part of this stream as well. Multi also runs a channel which has 6,500 followers. So, you know, Multi's got it going on. And he also owns a site and a company himself. So Multi is a multi-talented person also. So anyway, thanks a lot for stopping by, dude. Not Diddy, always a pleasure to have Not Diddy in here. Is another one of my regulars, as is Ocadrian. Ocadrian, who's a good dude who you guys should be following. Good streamer as well. Also a good streamer, Optic Nerve Productions, who's part of the D&D crew that I've talked about before. Optic is a good dude. You guys should definitely follow him. Always a pleasure to have Royx in here, who's one of my regulars and is also a game designer in his own right. Smacky Butts, of course, and SNK Arcbound, 2 regulars of mine, along with Mining Miner also. Love all these guys. These guys are the best. Always good to see Thor, another one of my regulars as well. 3Upka. 3Upka, I don't know if I've seen you in here before or not, 3Upka, but maybe. Don't know. I don't remember. But if you are new, then welcome in, and if you're been here before, then welcome back. Always good to see Wyval, who, despite his love for the Lions, is a good guy. No, Wyval's a good dude. Actually, he's done a lot for the stream, Steam groups, and all that kind of stuff. And it's always a pleasure to have Wyval. Has been with me for a long time in the stream. Always a pleasure to have D Dragon and Zimmy002, both regulars as well. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. And last but not least, Axe of Gibberish. Congratulations on winning, Axe. As I say, as soon as I get that friend request from you, I'll make sure to send that off. We are now going to go, give me 1 second. You sent the friend request? Okay, cool. I will deal with it as soon as we're done the stream. So we are now going to be going to, bear with me for 1 second, Hold on while I wait for the advertisement to play on my tablet, because I want to make sure it does that. Okay. Yes, and good. All right. We are going to be going over to, now you guys know the deal. As I said, this is what we do. We are going to be doing this, and we are going over to tabletopping, the aforementioned tabletopping. Dave is a good guy, just got recently partnered. He's got a lot of people in there playing lots of different kinds of D&D, including Mystaria, who I've already mentioned. So Dave's a good guy. Let us go head over and do what we know to do. Go ahead and do that raid. And thank you guys all so much. You guys are the best. Love you all, and I will catch you tomorrow evening for some game playing, and then, of course, for some D&D. Until then, please spread the word about the stream, let people know about it, and take care of each other, and I will catch all of you folks tomorrow. Have a good night.
Fresh and new, when it all seemed clear to you, when your aim was straight and true. Well, your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark could content to play your part, open pathways to your heart. Your life untainted by a host of broken dreams, when all your acts were queens, understood all that it means. Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Go on and search now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said,